Hi, I'm Sarah and welcome to Little Nutshells, a YouTube channel for new mamas exploring all things baby and toddler. First, let me start with my biggest and most expensive product regret. It'll be a bit controversial because it is a hugely popular product, the Leaky Trip Trap High Chair. A lot of people love this high chair and swear by this high chair, so this might work for you. I just want to share a few things about why it didn't work for us. So firstly, what I loved about it, the look just matched in seamlessly with our adult chairs at our dining table. Is it worth $900 all in with all the accessories? No, not really. I didn't realize when I had my first child how messy feeding was going to be once they started weaning and enjoying their food, which can happen anywhere from around 4 months, but typically takes off at around 6 months. And the food just goes everywhere. And if you're having to clean that up more than 3 times a day, it's a really big job. And this chair is hard to clean. So I just felt like it created a huge amount of work for me. It is big, bulky, heavy, takes long to put together. All the pieces you have to buy separately and everything's really expensive, like everything's at least $80 extra. All in, once you've bought everything, it is around $900. And if I had my time again, honestly, I would just go for the amazing plastic IKEA high chair, which is only $35. I mean, are you serious? Like a high chair for $35 that is so functional, so practical, so perfect. It has a harness built in. It's really easy to take apart. You can literally hose it down in the shower when you have a really messy meal, and I mean, that's just awesome. The other thing worth noting is that the Leaky chair also promotes itself as a toddler seat because you can take all the baby parts off and it becomes like a chair for the toddler. But what we found with both of our kids is as they grew up, they just want to copy whatever mum and dad are doing, and our kids want to sit in the adult chairs. So you can get a booster seat for around $65 from Baby Born. So if you're combining IKEA and Baby Born, you're looking at about $100 as opposed to $900 of unnecessary hassle. So I have to say I'm hiding in the corner of my daughter's nursery right now. The sun is a bit crazy. It's really hot today. All right, moving on now to sleep suits. So what you're looking for when it comes to sleep suits is smoothness, comfort, almost like your baby is sleeping within a doona or a big blanket. That's how it should feel for them. And what I found were there were a few that were just real fails. First is this one from Aiden and Anae that is supposed to be a swaddle, but I literally think it's just the worst, one of the worst things we ever bought. It does not work at all. I couldn't even figure it out. Now, that being said, I do love Aiden and Anae products, like really love this brand, beautiful things, but just this particular product was no good. Okay, next one that I didn't love were 2 from Tommy TP. So after just 1 or 2 washes, it started to ball up and get really, I don't know, it feels scratchy or something and stiff. The other one from Tommy TP was this one. It has teddy bear ears for the front of the suit, which actually makes it not very comfortable to sleep on. So I feel like when it comes to sleep suits, if the sleep suit design itself is waking the baby, that's just really a big no-no. So what would I go for instead? Well, if you're in a hot climate, I think Love to Dream, there's just nothing better. There's a huge range, lots of variety, lots of options, especially as they're progressing through the suits. So anything from 0.2 tog through to 1.52 tog, these suits are awesome and incredible. Anything above 2 tog though, I found that were very stiff and not very comfortable. For winter and cooler climates, my friend Lisa got me onto these suits from the White Company in London, and they look like this. And it is literally like a cloud. I want one myself. So these were probably the most beautiful suits I've felt and seen and that my kids have experienced for the cold nights. Moving on now to sippy cups and water bottles. I did find nearly every single water bottle we ever used leaked. And I had my handbag full of water on numerous occasions. So there are only 2 bottles that I would recommend. This one from Munchkin is fantastic for beginners because all the baby has to do is apply a little bit of pressure here and the water will just come straight out. They still will leak if they get bashed on the ground or get bashed around in the handbag. So then you can buy these lids separately online. It's a shame they don't come with, I don't know why, but this is a fantastic water bottle. Then my absolute favorite, holy grail winner of water bottles would be this one, V-Box. These are the best. They don't leak. They're fabulous, fantastic, work in every way. The child can even drink when they're upside down. These are just the most durable and wonderful water bottles that I've found. They do take a little bit of getting used to though. Quite a bit of suction is needed for the baby to be able to drink from them. So it might take a bit of time for your child to transition from something like this kind of sippy cup, to this kind of water bottle. My next 2 product regrets are electronics. I've mentioned this one before. This is a nose aspirator and I don't like it because it is loud, it vibrates and it's a bit invasive for the baby. What I ended up loving the second time round was this nose bulb. Super simple, super quick, super easy to clean, easy to use. If you're interested in knowing why you need a nose aspirator, you can check out the common cold section of the Chemist Essentials video. Let's move on to the next product regret. This nail file. Again, it's super popular, a bit of a cult classic, so please, if you love it, you keep using it, do what works for you. But for me, I just found that they didn't work that well, and the reason is that baby nails are super soft. They're almost as fine as tissue paper, yet they grow really fast and they get really sharp. So they do need to be cut almost on a weekly basis. And I just found that this electronic nail file was too slow. The baby just got so frustrated at the slowness of it, and it doesn't actually feel that nice because you're basically trying to electronically file tissue paper. Nothing beats just old-fashioned nail clippers, but of course you need to feel comfortable with it. If you're not quite comfortable with it, then the next best thing is a really super simple, cheap nail file that you can just get at the chemist or pharmacy. These were great, this was great. It's just everything that you need. My number 6 on the list in terms of product regrets is thin playmats. So I would recommend having playmats from day one. They are going to spend hours and days and days and days and days and months of their lives on the floor. So having a fantastic playmat in your house is just going to make your day and your life much more enjoyable. The reason why it's good to have it from day one is a lot of the time babies spend a lot of time on their back and doing tummy time in those first few months, and the play gyms are actually quite thin. Even the kind of cushy ones, they're still actually quite thin. So having the play gym on top of a play mat means your child will be more comfortable and more likely to stay there happily for a longer period of time. I started out actually buying, again, another cult classic that was super popular, and I'm sure many mums love this product. It is award-winning, and it's the mats by Little Wawa. But I just found them to be not that great. I could still feel the hard floors under my legs when I sat on them, and I had to return them. And instead what I ended up going for was mats from Parkalon. They are essentially the same thickness, but somehow they just feel so much more cushy, like sitting on clouds. And I've spent the last few years of my life living on those mats. They are wonderful. You can also get really great square mats that are like blocks that stick together, and you can make it into whatever shape is going to suit your room, whether it's square, rectangle, L shape, whatever works for you. You can try and look online and see if you can get a secondhand mat, because they can be quite pricey. Second time round, we had all of the play gyms on these great play mats, and we have just spent so much time having fun, sitting down, playing around and hanging out on there. And lastly, my last product regret was a lot of diaper accessories. Diaper bags, diaper mats, I used all the things, but I discovered a lot of shortcuts over the years. So if you're interested in learning more about diaper hacks that are going to save you time and money, you can check out this video. I hope you got something useful from this little nutshell. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.